Thank you. My question is to the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior. What Madam is reiterating has been told us last week, and we were waiting for you to come and clarify, the matter. Now, it's very simple. There is a procedure that is due process in the Federal Civil Service. She has claimed that the letter that was supposed to go out from her office did not go out. She showed us a copy of the original letter. The lawyers of Maina, last week you were not here, they brandished a letter of reinstatement from your office, signed by you. Please let us know why you had to circumvent the office of the head of Civil Service of the Federation. And if you had any backing, any document to back that action, so you put it clear to us.
Very much, Mr. Chairman. To my understanding, there are two issues here. Reinstatement of Maina is different with Maina's reporting to Interior. Reinstatement of Maina could not have been done without the office of the head of service endorsing the senior staff committee meeting outcome. And the reinstatement of Maina could only be done by the office that Constitution gave that power, that is Federal Civil Service Commission. They are mandated to recruit, to employ, promote and discipline. So that letter, the Federal Civil Service Commission issued to Maina through the head of service. Whether issued or not, it is there in record that Maina was reinstated by a constitutional body. That letter passes through 100 people's hand because it wasn't delivered in airtight envelope to office of the head of service. That copy of the letter was sent to me for my necessary action. If any mail sent to me for my necessary action that requires my attention, I refuse to look at it. For example, if that letter was said, Maina is dismissed for your information, will I allow Maina to remain in the ministry or continue paying him till when he comes to me and say, Palmsec, this is my letter of dismissal? No. Any letter for our information, administratively, it is for our information to take further necessary action, to my own understanding. And Maina was never given an office. I challenge whoever has evidence that Maina was reinstated by the ministry, which ministry has no powers. It doesn't mean because Maina came to the ministry and reported, and a letter conveying his arrival to the ministry is sent to the office of the head of service, it means that he is being reinstated. It's not reinstatement, The Federal Civil Service Commission are the only office that has the power to reinstate, and they have reinstated. Whether Maina was given that letter to, whether Maina was given the letter by the office of the head of service or not, he is being reinstated. If he so wishes, he can go to court, that a letter was given to a messenger to deliver to him. That messenger refused to deliver to him. Why? Because the body that reinstated Maina has constitutional powers to do so. Coming Mainas to office is a different thing. Maina came to office. When he came to office, with that copy, before he arrived his arrival, I received a copy of his reinstatement from the office of the Federal Civil Service Commission. I minuted, file and deal accordingly. As permanent secretary, whoever reports to the ministry doesn't have to come to me first. If that officer is a director cadre, he reports to the director of human resources. And that will be his waiting area till he's being assigned. Maina reported to the director of human resources. I was in the office. He came and told me Maina has appeared. I said, no, call him. I said, Maina, I saw your letter of reinstatement. I cannot assign you. I cannot give you any office. I cannot put you back into salary till when I receive further directives from the head of service. That was why on my way out, I directed my officer, put up a letter to the office of the head of service, inform her the arrival of Maina. That letter was done wrongly because I didn't look at it when it was sent. I wasn't around. I felt sick. The person who put that letter made a mistake in making reference to head of service letter, which when the head of service letter called my attention after I was discharged from the office, I asked her to allow me to report back to the office to look at what happened. Immediately I saw that mistake. I quickly wrote a letter back
Permanent
to her.
Secretary,
Yes,
please,
sir.
if I am coming, please, if I may ask,
Yes, sir.
is it the right procedure for you to go ahead based on a copy from Federal Civil Service Commission to give instruction to document Maina?
Maina was never...
No, hold on.
Okay, sir.
Without getting any communication from the office of the head of civil service of the Federation. Is that the right procedure?
It's not the right procedure sir. Maina was never documented. If there is a file, Maina was documented. Let somebody bring it. If there was any file, Maina has put his hand that he has carried assignment for the ministry or a mail, let them produce it here. I am the permanent secretary. I know I didn't assign Maina, and my colleagues here that do work in my absence did not assign Maina. The person who oversaw the office, director here sitting, when Maina arrived, when I left, did not assign Maina or send any mails to Maina. So for the office of the head of service to say that Maina was documented, if Maina was documented, that copy will have been sent to her.
Thank you very much. Honorable Jagaba, Adam Jagaba is my name. Now, Pamsek, my dear Pamsek, I have two questions. Number one, let me start with the background. When the senior staff disciplinary committee sat, we have a copy of the minute. In that meeting, some people wanted to debate whether it should be reinstated or not. But your legal department made a very, very valid point. They said, look, this is an instruction from the office of the Attorney General. So they cannot debate an instruction. Now you are here telling us that it's from the head of civil service. Well, the committee said it was a directive, and that directive needs not to be debated. Now, after that one, where was the true position? Is it, and it sounds contradictory. The next, you need to clarify that. The next point, the letter, after this meeting, under your directive, because they say, I am directed, and they signed it for, bearing your name and your position. Let me permit the chairman to read this. I am directed to refer to the letter number FC 402982 stroke volume 3 179 dated 18 September 2017. On the above subject matter, a copy of which is attached herewith, and to convey approval of your reinstatement into the service as Deputy Director, Admin. Signed, Dr. R.K. Atahiru, for Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior. Now, this was a letter issued from your office straight to Maina. Now the question is this, just as my colleague saying, the chairman, do you have the power, according to civil service rules, to reinstate or give appointment in the civil service?
Thank you very much, honorable member, and my chairman, Interior too. The FSC meeting you made reference with was not done during my absence, during my presence. I wasn't around. But civil service is an institution, sir. When I come, I made the record. And in that meeting, it is expected that each and every officer can say his own mind, opinion. But then, at the conclusion of the meeting is the right thing that we're expected to deliver. Anybody can talk anyhow he likes there, but must be recorded. So if the legal officer decides to say this and that, he may be looking at the letter at the other point. But other people that are administrative officers, admin officers, because we are different. A legal officer understands how service is, the process of doing things different with that of human resources. The training we are receiving is different. So in that meeting, if the legal advisor, whatever he said is his own opinion, but at the end of the day, whatever is right is what is expected to be the conclusion of that meeting. Sir.
You now agree with me that you've confessed that you are not there. But based on this minute, the communication, or rather the person that instructed was Attorney General of the Federation, based on this document.
Mr. Chairman and Honorable Member, Attorney General of the Federation has no power to communicate to any MDA to conduct any type of meeting in reconsidering reinstatement of any officer without the letter of the head of service. When that letter of Attorney General was sent to Federal Civil Service Commission, a copy was also sent to the ministry. But because they did not receive a letter directing the ministry FSC to hold a meeting, they did not hold that meeting till when the office of the head of service sent this letter directing them to conduct senior staff meeting reconsidering the ministry's position in dismissing Maina to reinstate him. That is why the SSC was conducted. And that SSC, sir, I want you to take note. If that SSC hold without the presence of head of service representative and commissioner representative, it's null and void. Because I have a copy directed the ministry to also conduct similar meeting in dismissing Maina. If this letter didn't come to the ministry, they wouldn't have sat and hold any meeting, sir. And to the next question, sir.
Permanent Secretary.
Yes, sir.
It's okay.